This is my book, The Mirror of Motivation, the self-guide, the self-discipline for you to find that drive and ambition in your life that you want to tap into. Get this book free. Go to the link below and I'll ship it to you worldwide.
DreAllDay.com.
Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. You know, I walk around anywhere I'm at. If the weather's nice, I like to walk around. I like to walk around where there's people at. And you know, one thing that I notice, and this is prevalent these days, male and female, is that people don't like making eye contact. It makes people uncomfortable to make eye contact with them. And this is something that I'm gonna talk about on my podcast in more detail. But if you wanna step up your confidence, as people often ask me about confidence, so you ask anybody, do you wanna change anything internal about yourself, what would it be? Almost everybody says they wanna be more confident, have more self-esteem. This is one way that you can build your confidence, and you also can display your confidence by making more eye contact with people. Because you know what eye contact does? First of all, when you make eye contact with a person, you're acknowledging them. You're acknowledging that I see you, and I'm not gonna act like I don't see you. You're right there, I see you. The other day, right, there was this woman that I know. I don't know her like that, but I know who she is, she knows who I am. All right, it's a type of relationship, you know somebody and it's like hi and bye. When you see them, you'll say hi. You ain't gonna stop and talk to them. You'll be like, hey, how you doing? They say, how you doing? Y'all just keep moving. I know her on that level. I seen this person like 2 days ago. And I'm walking down the street like this. You see, it ain't like nobody behind me and it ain't nobody in front of me. And we was walking like this. She was coming this way, I was going that way. And she would not make eye contact with me. And it wasn't because she wasn't like mad at me or nothing like that. And she knew exactly who I was, but it's because this woman, one thing that I know about her from a couple interactions I've had with her, she's not a very confident woman. She doesn't have a lot of confidence. She's not that type of person. And I'm a very, anyone who knows, I don't think many of you know me personally, but anybody who knows me personally knows that I'm a forward person. I'm very direct. I'm bold. It can be brash. It can be arrogant. Some people like to call it, but I'm the type of person who I'm not going to avoid anything. I'm not going to avoid a person, even if it may be an uncomfortable situation for me or for that individual. And the thing about confidence, first thing it does is it acknowledges the other person, which relaxes other people when you acknowledge them. And it also could, depending on their personality, it could put them on their heels, which you could use as an offensive weapon. Putting people on their heels is something that you could use against them if you need to. And there are times in life where we need to play offense, right? There are times when you might want to put somebody on their heels because it gives you an advantage, you could get what you want. So listen, let's not act like that doesn't exist, because it very well does. And some of you may have been in situations in life where someone used it against you. So you can start using it against other people, understanding a lot of people just lack the confidence and the willingness to make eye contact with other people. That's the first thing it does, is it acknowledges the other person, which could be good or bad. The second, and actually let me give you another thing on that. Any of you men out there who's attracted to women, if you see a girl, let's say you're out in the mall or somewhere in the street and you see a girl that looks good, or she sees you and she thinks you look good, what's the girl usually going to do? Usually the girl's not going to walk up to you and start talking to you like, yo, give me your number, or yo, what's your Instagram? Usually the girl's not going to do that. But what a girl will do when she's interested in the man is what? She's going to look at you. She's going to make eye contact with you. She's going to give you a certain type of eye contact without saying a word to let you know, hey, I'm interested, but the ball's in your court. You're going to have to do something. I'm going to just look. And if you don't say nothing, I'm going to just keep walking. But if you say something, then maybe something will happen. That's what a female will do, right? And if it's a different program these days, you let me know, because I'm in a relationship, but I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we ain't got to talk about that. The female will let you know by making eye contact with you. But if you're afraid to make eye contact back, she's looking at you, but you're afraid to look at her, or she's giving you that look and you won't maintain eye contact, what are you communicating to her without saying a word? Is that you don't have confidence. You don't believe in yourself. Now, she doesn't see you as attractive as she saw you 2 seconds ago, because she's like, yo, this dude don't even have enough confidence. I'm looking at him and I'm interested in him. He won't even look back at me. All right, let this dude go. And this is on a point of a bigger subject. Confidence is attractive. I think, I'm not a female, but you could ask any females, any of you who got a wife or a girl, ask them, does confidence make a man more attractive? Yes or no? She'll tell you. Confident men think, if I have a six-pack, if I have muscles, if I got a certain amount of money or I got status, that'll make a female attracted to me. And yes, they do, because they get attention to you, and that could widen the pool for you. But also, confidence matters a whole lot. Anyway, so that's the thing. First thing it does, it acknowledges people. That's what eye contact does. And the second thing does, it establishes your confidence. It establishes who you are, and it establishes you as a person of respect. because you're willing to look somebody in the eye when they're talking to you or you're talking to them, or even before anything is being said, because you can communicate to another person with just a look, right? Any of you had a parent you grew up with, they knew and you knew that they could give you a look that let you know what they were thinking without them saying a single word. Is this true or is this not true? I know it wasn't just my parents. I think we all have experienced that. Any of you who grew up with a strong authority figure. It could be a coach, it could be a pastor, it could be a brother or sister, a teacher, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So that's the second thing confidence does, is it establishes yourself as who you are and what you're about, and you can communicate a whole conversation to another person without saying a word. Another thing that confidence does, another reason why you want to make eye contact with people when you're out there, in the world doing whatever you do, is that most people aren't willing to do it. So this will separate you from everybody else. This is something that I talk about all the time. Like, you want to separate yourself from other people in anything that you're doing, all you need to do is see what everybody else is not doing, find out why they're not doing it. And usually when people aren't doing things, actually I'm not going to say usually, but many times when a lot of people aren't doing something, it's not because there's anything wrong with it. It's not because there's any inherent danger in doing it. It's because it's inconvenient, and it's because it might make people uncomfortable. So when you realize that, you find that combination, one, a whole lot of people aren't doing it, and two, the reason they're not doing it is because it makes people uncomfortable. That's your advantage right there. That's your opportunity right there. When I was coming up trying to play ball, I realized nobody came to the park, because I'm from Philly. I was playing outside. This is not an indoor gym. I realized nobody came to the park during the daytime in the summer because it was just too hot on the concrete. And I found out why, because it was just too hot for people. It was uncomfortable for them to be out on the court at that time of day. I said, that's my opportunity. I could work out every day, and that'll give me the space to work on my game and get better. I could possibly catch up to, maybe even surpass some of these players. Now, if they wasn't coming out there because it was dangerous or you was going to get killed or you might get injured, then I might have said, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do that. But when I realized they weren't doing it because it was inconvenient, I said, oh, because it made people uncomfortable, I said, oh, that's my opportunity. And that's when I took advantage of that opportunity. So people don't make eye contact, not because you're going to get hurt, not because somebody's going to beat you up, not because you're going to get arrested, because it's uncomfortable for people. And that'll separate you from everybody else. Just your willingness to do that, make that eye contact, look people in their face, hold eye contact, maintain eye contact. It lets people know that you're confident. It's not an aggressive thing. Some people may take it as that, and you can say sorry if you happen to run across the one or two people who take it that way. But use that eye contact to establish who you are confidently, to establish your position, and as they say, the eyes are the windows to the soul. You want to know how somebody really feels and who they really are? Look them in their eyes. The eyes don't lie. The mouth lies. Men lie, women lie. Right? The body can even lie. Numbers can lie. Stats can lie. Everything can lie. The eyes never lie. We can't lie with our eyes. So learn how to read people's eyes. First of all, you got to look at enough of them so you can start reading them. And then you got to be looking people in their face so they can read yours and you can read theirs. You're not looking at them, then you can't read them. So that's why you need to start making eye contact if you haven't been. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.